Hi guys, good evening. Ali Reza here, Flavours of Light from Palladio Cave. Here to speak to you all just briefly about some thoughts running through my head. Because I'm a loner, I'm silent, I don't really talk to people, so a lot goes up here. I try to switch off my mind, but I do, like, you can't help but when you're on like fruits, just like a lot of stuff is coming into you. Just one thing I want to share with you guys. By the way, it's day 4 for me. This is pure orange juice. I added some water. A topic I quickly want to discuss and share with you is that I have sympathy for everybody who lives in a cold climate, or even worse, basically, sometimes I don't know how to like put my words together, but I just want to say this. How do you afford a tropical fruit diet? How do you maintain your health if your environment is stressful? You live in a matrix, you gotta pay rent, you gotta pay electricity bills. In my opinion, you need access to a steam and sauna if you want to be a clean person. That's essential. Having a shower is no question. And that's from my experience of about at least 8 months intensively using, a steam sauna. Pure orange juice, guys. Fruit juice for consciousness. So what I want to say is, I was just at the shops here, and one pomegranate cost £2, $3 US. 2 cherry moyas cost like £2.50, and they were rock hard. Oranges, freaking expensive. Everything's expensive, right? And nothing is good quality. Like when I look at the melons, I'm just like, this is hard as a rock. Now, if you want to live the fruit life, you need quantity, quality, and variety. You ain't getting that in the north. You're not getting quantity, quality, and variety. And the question is, can you afford it? Now, I don't know if this is by design now. I don't know if if something's like, why is our environment, why is everything literally upside down? Like, nothing supports us doing this lifestyle. Whether it be the cost, whether it be the stress, whether it be the climate. It's like the ultimate test. Because I'm telling you, man, I've tried it. Rice makes you ill. Hi, Fabio, hi. Oh, Fabio, let me know if you want to go live, dude. Even Fabio just went to Bali. Same system there. Things are overpriced, not always the best quality. Could be much more variety than they offer in the market. Is this by design? Or is this just a subsequent cause of like human attention is not on fruit? Because the average person doesn't see this as dinner, right? If everybody saw this as dinner, everybody would be making orange juice everywhere, right? Because as a species, we see meat and rice as dinner. That is what's supplied. That is what is easy to find. That's where the energy is going as a human, as a collective society. Which means if you want to live on raw living fresh pressed juices, you're doing what society doesn't want to do. That's breakfast. This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So basically, I think I don't know. I don't really think it's by design in that way, as in like someone wants us to get killed or something. I just think as a subsequent cause of our fall from grace and cultural habits to Dr. Morse. I'm not Dr. Morse, I'm just living my life, man. The funny thing is, you say there's breakfast, but people who eat cooked food go off and eat candy, chocolate, sugary drinks, desserts after their meals because they're not satisfied, because they're looking for candy. If I was having a fruit meal tonight, I would have had sweet mangoes. Otherwise, I don't see the difference. It's still same stuff. So that's my thing. I think yeah, Dr. Morse did do orange. No, he didn't do it for 1 month. He did it for 6 months. But that just goes to show, like, I don't recommend doing that, but it just goes to show that. What's up, Kane? It does. The fact that Dr. Morse did 6 months on oranges just goes to show you that we're so brainwashed that we don't see orange juice as dinner. Oranges can any juice, melons, citrus, grapes, pineapples, breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's just depend how you feel. Everything's relative. Like, there is no rules. That is the ultimate truth. There is no rules. Because everything's relative to what you're doing, where you are, how much you're using your body and brain, and what you had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and what you did yesterday, and what you'll do tomorrow. It's your life. Like, all these sequences affect what you want to drink. So there's no one rule fits all. I just walked now with a 8 kilo backpack for a mile. Right? So when I do that and I come home, what do you think I'm looking for? I'm looking for sugar. What does that mean? That means I crave this. But if my conditioned mind, I believe that's breakfast, I'll feel bad for drinking that for dinner. Oh, it's got too much sugar. When it's I just depleted sugar, I need to replenish sugar. If I was lying at home all day and I didn't do nothing, I'd probably crave that, but I wouldn't have the whole bottle. Maybe a glass or two would have been enough. I wouldn't have had a liter. So it's all relative. It's all relative to your carbohydrate fuel tank, how much you used. If it's low, you need to drink orange juice. If it's really high, green juice or nothing. Yeah, so back to my point. I think the fact that fruit is hard to find in quantity, quality, variety, and afford it is because the human species, that our focus as a human race is on cooked food. And in our generation, the truth is, if you want to do this lifestyle, which I highly recommend for countless reasons I've obsessively studied about, you have to accept that in these times, in 2020, you're going to have to go against the stream of the crowd, which means you're going to be a loner, you're going to be isolated, you're going to be judged, you're going to be condemned, you're going to find it very expensive, you're going to find it very hard to find, you're going to find it a great effort to get to this level. It comes to the level where you have to do extreme things to get the results. And it shouldn't be that way, because I know people speak of, oh, we don't need to focus on food, and I appreciate that. I wish life was like that. If there was fruit everywhere, I wouldn't worry about food. But in the times where our bodies are damaged, our brain is damaged, we're severely toxic, full of mucus, and brainwashed, and we live in a damaged society full of layers of conditioning from cultures and traditions and stuff, media, parenting, teaching, school, government, psychopaths who rule the world. When you put this all together, you start to realize doing 100-day juice fast, doing any juice fast, even trying to just do fruit, even just trying to just do this for dinner, to maintain your sanity, to not let noise pollution affect you, to not let people's energies affect you, to find time in silence, to try and not get sucked into the matrix. It's You have to do extreme things to make this happen. Period. You have to accept it. It's the journey. And the question is, you might ask, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth the healing crisis? Is it worth hard fruit to find? Traveling long distances? Going against the norm? Having no friends? Going against what your family's doing? Giving up on birthdays and Christmas and all this stuff? Not being social out there, not fitting in anywhere, not having dinners outside anymore. Oh, God bless you, whoever's just sent love. If you put this together, is it worth it? Question is it worth it? My question to you is, do you want to flush out all the shit and pus in your body? Do you want to get rid of body odor? Do you want to get rehydrated? Do you want to get connected to God? Do you want to increase the biochemicals running in your body so your consciousness expands? Do you want to become peaceful up here and in here? Do you want to permanently get rid of constipation? Have a nice breath? Get rid of all your problems that's like showing up on your face? Because your face is a signal for what's going on down here. And don't look at me now, I just have good lighting. I look shit in the mirror. And the question is it worth it? I'll be honest with you, it's not worth the short-term taste of food, numbing yourself and bowing down to the matrix and just doing what everyone else is doing just to fit in and get their results. Fat, sick, constipated, pale, in debt. Sorry, I'm just saying it. And smelly as well, very smelly. And brainwashed, acting like robots. 24/7 numbing yourself, eating your life away. Missing out on tree fallen during in the tropics. So I say it is worth it. But you need to be a warrior to do this. And I'm being serious, you do need to be a warrior. I hope over time, like, people are just going into all the fake meat and stuff. I tried some, made me ill. Basically, you have to understand what you're up against. You're gonna go through this is a shit hard journey, and there's a reason why I don't have many followers. People don't want to hear this stuff because it's too truthful. And the reason why I can speak truth is I don't need a penny from anyone. I can sit here and just speak truth. So I don't have like nothing to sell you guys. I'm more than happy to coach anyone, but I don't have nothing to sell you other than an ebook. One ebook would help me buy produce for a day. I charge £10 for an ebook. I charge £10 an hour for coaching, just £10. But funny enough, rarely people ask me for my ebook or coaching, so my business is super low. It got demotivated. I was gonna shut this channel down, but I guess just for the sake of humanity, I'll let it run and not sell myself for paper, because God knows, like, in his heart and in my heart, that this is the truth, and I've been searching for this truth for many years. I'd say 5 years now I've been reading into this, and I think it's important to leave this information up to the public, because even if two of you out of the 4,000 pick up on what I'm trying to get that information out there, hopefully it will switch them on and they can do their own like version of the story and get their own audience, and it can like hopefully spread on. Someone needs to do it, because if everybody surrenders to status quo, nothing will ever change, and that's quite sad, because right now we should all have access to any variety of mango we want. No one should be thirsty or hungry on earth. No one should be acting crazy. No one should stink. There shouldn't be war. Like, if you look at all our problems, it's just a symptom of the fall, and it's like, okay, how about we correct the fall? Okay, let's correct the fall, and it's like, are we gonna? Sorry, my hands are itchy. I need to put it against the heater. We have to ask ourselves, are we gonna complain about emotions, matrix, society, parents, friends, being a loner, trauma, money, climate? Like, there's so many excuses we can come up with. Or do we not let our excuses take over us and do it? And that's why I'm doing, like, that's why I'm a bit radical with what I do. I don't really, like, I find it very hard to, I've tried cook food, man. I tried cook food. I tried, like, when I came back from Bali, I tried, like, fitting in. Like, I genuinely did that. Listen to this. This is what I don't recommend to you guys. People say to us, you're not normal and what you're doing is weird. Okay, cool. Have a bit of cooked food, like, with the family or whatever, right? And I'm like, why pull me down to your level? Why not raise yourself up and come to me? Well, I wasn't aware of this concept, and I brought myself down, and I was having like a balanced approach, and I was like, do you know what, guys? I ain't gonna cry about fruit 24/7. Ain't gonna hurt having some rice. Like, I looked at Duran Rider. He was like eating cooked food and stuff. He seemed okay. Look at my detox. Oh, you guys can't even see the difference between these two hands. This one's messed up compared to this. Anyway, my hand is basically right now itching, so I have to put it against the heater just to, like, burn it. Coming out of cave ain't easy, guys. Trust me. You guys can't see. Look at my nails. My nails are spitting out nasty stuff. So that's the thing. So what I want to say is that it is worth it. It is worth it, but it's a big sacrifice at the same time. Like, for example, now I've been to university and stuff, but I haven't had a job for a while. So it's like, already my dad doesn't talk to me because he's just like, you're a bum now. Like, you don't really, like, you haven't used up your university degree, and you're just like basically just a bum on the street. And that's the way my dad sees me. So it's kind of like, I have to accept that, you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to surrender to fear. This is what they use fear. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but they use fear. Mortgage, retirement income, what family will say, how your friends will see you, having a wife, children. They put all this deep level of conditioning to put you in, like, some fixed job with people you don't want to be, doing things you don't want to do, crap commute, crap location, no fresh air, no sunshine, missing out on, like, good produce, and having to eat, like, what, pesticide vegetables and fruits, unripe, overpriced. Nah, man, I ain't doing that. I don't care what it takes, and I don't know what's gonna happen ahead of me when I get rid of this rash, but I ain't doing that in my life. Whatever I do on this planet, I'm not doing that. I'm not surrendering to that. I've tried like watermelon juice today after 1 hour and a half or 2 hours after it being made. It wasn't good enough for me. I don't know about you guys, but I want to manifest a lifestyle where I can get raw, living, fresh pressed, tree ripened, soil rich, organic fruits. Melons, citrus, grapes. And it should be free. That's the other side of the story. It should be free. So the truth is, once you cleanse your body out, you wake up and you want to leave the matrix. The mission is to do two things: is to leave the city, if you're currently in a city like I am, and the other option is that you need to get down south, get away from the north. And because No matter how much you sit down in your chair and wait for it, the produce ain't coming to you. I'm sorry, like, the best fruits I've ever had, I've gone out my way to find. And I go back to my point of, yeah, life is not about food and we don't need to focus on food all the time. But I'm sorry, listen to me when I say this, in a world which is sick and disconnected, the fruit ain't coming to you. We don't have a society of champidak lovers. People who eat champidak are like crazy out here. Like people don't even know what it is. I don't think in 1,000 years people in London will know what a champidak is. So what I'm trying to say is that if you want the fruit, you have to go to the tree. That's the truth. You're gonna have to suck up some mosquito bites along the way too, apparently. Don't know why that is there. Doesn't help. But if you want the produce, you need to get up and go. If you want to really get health results, you need to surrender. Because here's another, see, look, more truth coming out. I'm going to tell people stuff they don't want to hear. Now, after Bali, when I messed up and I started eating cooked food and stuff, just as experiments and trying to fit in with my family and to like ground myself, I got really ill. I just got ill. Like, I seriously got ill. Not for a week, but I got like ill because cooked food is a slippery slope. I'm not really like the best behaved for my choices, and it can become very addictive, okay? So what happened is that I got very ill, and this is like back in July, August. Danny left. I was like eating like crap and stuff. I was still raw. I was still eating a lot of raw foods, but I was still like, you know, when evening comes, still like having crap like I shouldn't be eating. No animal products, but still like just plant-based junk food. And then I've been eating raw foods ever since. Not really juice fasting, but I was doing like juice all day and salad at night. But also on top, I was just eating fruits, salads and stuff. And then after that, like let's say a couple of months later, towards like Christmas time, London, I had like little cheats here and there. And what happens is the cheats are addictive, and they can become like, what I'm trying to say is that when you have to be 100% raw, basically you have to be 100% raw. There is no room for cooked food, and I'll tell you why. Because cooked food constipates you, and the constipation can build up, and that build up of constipation can make you sick. That's the truth. You get what I'm saying? So my point is that once you start eating cooked foods and you start cheating like I did, and you have little cheeky things here and there, you basically can't get out the mess unless you fast it out. That's the truth. So if you got constipation, there is no way to get rid of it, in my humble opinion, than cleansing it out. Now for people, water fasting is too radical, too much, can't afford to lie in bed all day and just like do nothing. That's why raw living juices are essential. And ever since that time, I've suffered with constipation. I look shit in the mirror. I'm just like, man, if I look crap and I don't feel well, something is wrong. And death begins in the colon. So the colon's the first place to go to start fixing things up. So once you wash out the tree trunk, you can start getting to the leaves and stuff, which is basically your cells. So what I did was that I realized, and John Rose said this, that I watched his lecture, he was like, you can eat a raw food diet, but the process is very long and very slow. So what you need to do is you need to surrender. Yeah, I'll be honest with you about tahini. I did some experiments with it. I'll be honest with you. If you clean it, this is the truth. If you clean yourself out and you eat roasted tahini, you won't like it. It's not human food. You're not supposed to eat that. If you can find raw tahini, it'll make a big difference. Trust me. I don't know why, dude. Go ask the Lord. Whatever you put heat to, it just is no good anymore. Try and find raw tahini. But if you want a good fat source, chia seeds, flax seeds, soaked walnuts, soaked almonds. Haha, durian. Good luck finding that. Durian's the best. Durian's the #1 human food in my opinion. Seriously. No joke. When I look at fruits, durian and figs. Mangoes are amazing too. So are persimmons, and those are really good fruits, and watermelon and champidak. Durian's very powerful. Okay, back to my point. It's gonna be a fight. It ain't gonna be easy. And to get out the cave, if you really want to flush out all the shit in your colon, and you really want to increase your vibration, increase your consciousness, get reconnected, rehydrate yourself. I'll share some thoughts on fermented foods. To flush out all the crap out your colon, to increase your vibration, because don't compare drinking 1 liter of orange juice to a salad. This thing is, trust me, just get rid of all this sugar talk, all this bullshit in your brain about like fear about trust me, your body gets high on life when you give it what it wants. Ain't looking for nectar. Now I'm not sugar all the time, but what I'm saying is if you're hungry, you better flush in. Flushing in no fiber and pure juice, your body's high on life. Back in the days when people were ill, back in the days when people were fine, I'm talking about ancestral times in the forest, they're clean, they're radiant, everything's nice, everything's great. The pineapple, give it to me, I'll chew on it slowly, that's my meal. Today, chronic deficiencies in everything, chronic dehydration, brainwashing, disconnected, vibrating at very low levels. You really think eating raw foods is gonna do it? It ain't. It's the truth. It ain't gonna do it. And you can't keep eating fiber. By the way, I'm not telling anybody what they're doing is wrong. I'm telling you where I want you to start thinking about when your opportunity arises and time is available. Manifest a good 3-4 month juice fast. That's what I'm saying. Next year, 2 years, tomorrow, summer. I'm not saying right now. I'm putting truth out there to plant a seed in your head so you know where you are. You'll be like, okay, I've heard what Ali said, or looked into John Rose. The whole story makes sense. I know where I am. I'm not ready for that yet, but I know I need to do it. Do you get what I mean? That's the story I want for you. It's not, I'm going to go around and have wishful thinking and hope all these banana smoothies will heal me. Do you get where I'm coming from? That's what I'm saying out there, right? If you're eating food tonight, go make yourself an amazing nori wrap. Eat on my behalf and tell me how good it was. Okay. Thoughts on fermented food? Effing amazing question. The truth? Kimchi, sauerkraut. All that stuff. Truth? No. Fermentation? No. The second you put a fermented fruit in your mouth, what does your body do? Spit it out. You want fresh food. Fresh, raw living food. Your desire for fermented food is a deficiency in sodium. You're looking for salt. Now, am I telling you off for going and doing it? No. But what I'm saying to you is, eating like fermented coconut yogurt, kimchi, what's it called, kefir water, because it's good for your microbiome. In my humble opinion, bullshit. What's good for your microbiome is fresh, raw living foods. That's all it wants. Example, go ferment this orange juice and see how delicious it is. It don't work. Go ferment your lettuce. Nothing works fermented. Anything that's fermented's got salt in it. You want the salt, in my opinion. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for your time. If you need coaching or you'd like a copy of the ebook, please message me. Otherwise, I send my wishes to you all. I'm just planting some seeds out there for people who really want health transformation. Okay? It ain't about herbs, it ain't about dry fasting. The truth is, you need to wash out. Yeah, I tried raw coconut yogurt, it gave me gas. Do your own experiments. Now, when I say something, I'm not telling you to be afraid of it. Don't ever be afraid of anything. I've had junk food and stuff. Just test it all. It's a science experiment. And when I say it, I'm saying from my own experience. That doesn't mean you need to listen to me. It means take my word into account, but go and try it out and see if what I said resonates with how you feel. So I recommend you all to go try raw coconut yogurt, go try kefir, go try sauerkraut, all that stuff, and come up with your own thoughts and outcomes and say, do you know what? I think Ali's right. That's how I feel. I feel quite crap. It's giving me gas. Doesn't taste nice. I want fresh fruit. Okay? Peace.